everybody, welcome back to the channel. Get ready to be blown away because today we're diving into the world of the super rich, the ultra wealthy, the folks that make Scrooge McDuck look like he's pinching pennies. That's right, we're talking about the top 10 richest families of 2024. Get ready for some jaw-dropping numbers and fascinating stories behind these wealth empires. We're talking yachts that would make a pirate captain jealous, mansions that have their own zip codes, and enough money to solve like half the world's problems. Okay, maybe not half, but you get the idea. Let's dive into the world of luxury, power, and unimaginable fortunes. All right, kicking off our list at number 10 are the Thompsons. And no, I'm not talking about a family of adorable little forest creatures. These guys are all about media domination. We're talking owning Thomson Reuters, which is like the Google of news and financial information. Stocks going up, stocks going down, they know about it. But wait, there's more. They also own the Globe and Mail, which is like Canada's version of the New York Times, but with, more maple syrup references. And get this, fun fact alert, the Thompsons are worth an estimated, wait for it, $71 billion. That's enough to buy a small country or a really, really big yacht. I don't judge. Moving on to number 9, we got the Weimer family. And let me tell you, these folks know a thing or two about smelling good. Why? Because they own Chanel. Yes, that's Chanel. The perfumes, the clothes, the handbags that cost more than a car, they're behind it all. And here's a fun fact they'll make you say, ooh la la, Chanel number 5. Their most famous perfume was the first perfume ever to be named after a designer. Talk about breaking the mold. The Weimer family is worth a whopping $90 billion, which means they could probably buy a lifetime supply of Chanel number 5 and still have enough left over to buy a small island. Maybe they could call it Chanel Island. Hold on to your hats, folks, because at number 8, we have the Ambani family, and these folks are all about go big or go home type of life. We're talking about Reliance Industries, a company that's got its fingers in everything. From telecommunications to retail to digital services, they're like the Swiss Army knife of businesses. The Ambani family is worth a staggering $105 billion. That's a lot of rupees. Wait, $105 billion. Can you imagine the junk mail they get? And speaking about going big, have you seen their house? No, seriously, look at it. It's called Antilia, and it's basically a skyscraper disguised as a home. It's got 27 floors, 3 helipads because one is just not enough, and a staff of 600 people. Fun fact time, Antilia is estimated to be worth over $2 billion, making it one of the most expensive private residences in the world. Forget diamonds, that chandelier's gotta be their biggest expense for sure. Can you imagine that electricity bill? All right, at number 7, we've got the Al Saud family, better known as the Saudi royal family. It's good to be king, and when you're royalty, you know what that means. Palaces, jewels, oil, lots and lots of oil. Enough oil to fill a swimming pool the size of Texas. We're talking about a family that's been ruling Saudi Arabia for almost a century, and their wealth is deeply rooted in their control over the country's massive oil reserves. The Al Sauds also own the world's most expensive home. Forget that Antilia mansion you saw earlier. We're talking about a chateau that makes Versailles look like a starter house in desperate need of renovation. The Al Sauds aren't just sitting on their piles of cash, though. They're also shrewd investors with holdings in everything from luxury hotels to tech companies. They've got their fingers in almost every pie. The Al Saud family's net worth is estimated at a whopping $112 billion, all thanks to a secret family recipe for turning sand into solid gold. But shh, it's closely guarded secret. This crazy rich family isn't just about oil and real estate. We hear King Solomon himself had a whopping 22 wives throughout his life. Talk about keeping things interesting. Can you imagine keeping track of that many family dinners? These folks enjoy lifestyle unlike any other. Think private jets, super yachts, vacations, and the world's finest chefs cooking their every meal. So yeah, when it comes to living the high life, the Al Saud family writes the book. They're a fascinating mix of wealth, power, and tradition, and they definitely know how to enjoy the finer things in life. At number 6 on our list, we have the Koches. These billionaires are like a business school textbook come to life, building an empire bigger than your wildest dreams. Their story starts with oil, black gold, Texas tea, you name it. Their massive company began by squeezing every last drop out of that good old fossil fuel. But then things got interesting. Imagine the Avengers, but instead of fighting aliens, they're buying everything in sight. Like the Avengers of the business world. But instead of superpowers, they have money. Well, a lot of money. That's the Koch family. Chemicals? Yup. Ranching? Absolutely. Paper towels? You bet your bottom dollar, which they probably also make. Here's the kicker. Koch Industries is tighter than a submarine hatch on Mariana Trench Day. They make Area 51 look like a public park. Some even call it the Silicon Valley Shadow Organization. What secrets are they hiding in there? A revolutionary new app that lets you clone your cat and make it do your taxes? A self-replicating blockchain fueled by memes? The possibilities are endless and slightly terrifying. Their subsidiaries have names that would make a dictionary cry. We're talking Invista, Motiva, words that sound more like a future chart-topping bands than companies that make, well, whatever it is that they make. The world may never know, but it definitely wants to. Maybe one day they'll declassify their files, but until then, Koch Industry remains a mystery wrapped in an enigma, served on a plate of secrecy with a side of, trust us, it's important. Love them or hate them, the Koch brothers have undeniably left a significant mark on American politics and business. Their estimated net worth is $128 billion. Just don't ask them where it all comes from. The answer might involve a secret handshake, a hidden island full of lost socks, or a really good accountant with a talent for making spreadsheets disappear. At number 5, we have the Alani Family, the reigning royals of Qatar. These folks don't just live, they live large. Their wealth flows from Qatar's abundant oil and natural gas reserves, giving them a golden ticket to unimaginable riches. With a net worth of a staggering $133 billion, they've got enough cash to make even the wealthiest blush. But wait, it just gets even juicier. The Alani family aren't just royalty. They are also the ultimate art collectors. And we're not talking about those cute little paint-by-number sets from your local craft store. Nope. These art enthusiasts own some of the most valuable pieces on the planet. Ready for a jaw-dropper? The Alani family owns the Salvator Mundi by none other than Leonardo da Vinci. They snagged this masterpiece for a whopping $450 million. To put that into perspective, that's more than the GDP of some entire countries. Their passion for art doesn't stop there. The family has an extensive collection featuring works by the legendary artists like Picasso, Rothko, and Cézanne. And it's not just art they're into. The Alani family also invests very heavily in sports and real estate. They own Paris Saint-Germain, one of the top football clubs in Europe, and have a significant stake in London's Shard, the tallest building in the UK. But hold on, here's another fact. They also own Harrods department store in London, a shopping paradise for the ultra-wealthy. And just when you think they couldn't possibly have more influence, the Alani family went ahead and bought themselves a World Cup. Yup, In 2022, Qatar hosted the FIFA World Cup, proving that with enough money, you can even turn a desert into a world's biggest soccer stage. Talk about taking a home field advantage to a whole new level. So if you're into fabulous wealth, royal lifestyles, and mind-blowing art, the Alani family is the stuff of legends. And remember, if you ever get invited to one of their parties, don't just bring a bottle of wine. Bring an entire art gallery, or at least a Picasso. Don't go empty-handed. At number 4, we have the Mars family. And yes, they're the ones behind all that delicious chocolate. The real-life Willy Wonkas. They're the sugar daddies behind your sweet tooth cravings, from the melty goodness of M&Ms to the oh-so-satisfying crunch of a Snickers bar. Twix, Milky Way, Skittles, you name it. The Mars family likely has their fingers in it. Mars Inc. is so secretive, they're called the Kremlin of candy. Imagine James Bond stealing a Milky Way recipe instead of nuclear codes. Talk about a sugar rush mission. And did you know that M&M's colorful candies almost weren't? Originally, they were only available in brown color. Thankfully, for our aesthetic pleasure, or maybe a bit envy for those colorful candies, they went with a rainbow selection. Here's another fun fact that might make you chuckle. When Steven Spielberg wanted M&Ms for the movie E.T., the Mars family said no. Apparently, they weren't too keen on their candies being associated with aliens, so Spielberg went with Reese's Pieces instead, forever linking those peanut butter candies with friendly extraterrestrials. Yes, M&Ms prefer to stay firmly earthbound and delicious. But wait, there's more. The Mars family candy empire isn't their only sugary conquest. In 2008, they shelled a whopping $23 billion to buy Wrigley, the company behind chewing gum giants like Juicy Fruit and Double Mint. And their sweet tooth doesn't stop there. They've also gobbled up iconic brands like Uncle Ben's Rice and even expanded into the pet food aisle with Pedigree and Whiskas. Despite their candy empire, the Mars family is known for being incredibly secretive. They rarely give interviews and they avoid the spotlight. Maybe it's because they're too busy counting all that chocolate money, but hey, who can blame them? And the cherry on the top of this sugary sundae? The Mars family net worth is a whopping $142 billion. That's enough chocolate to build a life-size Wonka factory with a swimmable chocolate river, though that might not be the healthiest choice. So next time you indulge, remember, you're supporting a secretive candy dynasty built on a colorful vision, a love for peanut butter alternatives, and a whole lot of cocoa. All while being led by a surprisingly down-to-earth and secretive family. At number 3, we have the Hermes family. Get ready to step into a world of pure fabulosity and meet the genius minds behind the iconic French luxury brand Hermes. Fun fact, they started out making horse saddles. Yup, horse saddles. So next time you're admiring a Birkin, remember it all began with horses getting a luxury saddle for their behinds. We're talking about handbags that cost more than your average sports car. Scarves that could be used as a down payment on a house. And a level of luxury that makes most of us feel like we're window shopping in a dream. These aren't just accessories. They're status symbols. Did you know that the Birkin, one of their most famous products, has a waiting list of up to 6 years? Yup, you heard that right. 6 years. You could be on that list longer than it takes to get a college degree. It's like the holy grail of handbags. And the hoops you have to jump through just to get on that list? It's like applying to the Secret Service, but with more leather and less espionage. But the fun doesn't stop with handbags. Hermes also makes ties, belts, clothes, and even saddles. Because why shouldn't your horse look as chic as you do? And let's not forget about their cologne that makes you smell like you just walked out of a French meadow, or their shoes that make you feel like you're walking on a cloud of luxury. Now, let's talk numbers. The Hermes family is worth an eye-watering $152 billion. Yes, you read that right. With that kind of wealth, you could buy an island, a yacht to get there, and a helicopter to shuttle you back and forth between the two. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear about their ultra-luxurious collaborations, because Hermes has teamed up with Bugatti and Rolls-Royce to create some of the most opulent cars on the planet. Imagine cruising around in a Bugatti, very own FBG par Hermes, or a bespoke Rolls-Royce adorned with Hermes detailing. These collaborations take luxury to a whole new level, blending the finest craftsmanship from the automotive and fashion worlds. So not only you can wear your Hermes, but you can also drive it. So whether it's a Birkin bag, a Bugatti, or just really fancy saddle, when your family is worth $152 billion, you can afford to wait to splurge in the most extravagant ways. And remember, while we're out saving for a nice vacation, the Hermes family is probably deciding which private jet matches their mood today. At number 2, we've got the Waltons. Hold on to your shopping carts. This is the family behind the retail giant called Walmart. We're talking about a company so massive, it's practically its own country. Seriously, if Walmart were a nation, it'd have the 10th largest economy in the world. That's bigger than Russia, Canada, and Australia combined. Imagine a country where you can buy a flat-screen TV, a month's worth of groceries, and a trampoline all in one trip. And here's a fun fact that will blow your mind. Walmart employs more people than the population of some small countries. They've got over 2.2 million employees worldwide. That's like staffing the entire city of Houston, Texas with Walmart workers. Another jaw dropper, Walmart's annual revenue is around $500 billion. That's enough to buy every NFL team, every NBA team, and still have enough left over to throw the world's largest pizza party. With an estimated worth of over $293 billion as of June 2024, the Walton family can do more than just buy groceries in bulk. They could practically buy entire countries. So while we're out here clipping coupons and hunting for deals, the Waltons are probably deciding which part of the world they want to conquer next. And speaking of their wealth, did you know the Waltons aren't just about making money? Alice Walton, whose childhood love for watercolors sparked a lifelong passion for art, founded the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in 2005. The museum, designed by renowned architect Moshe Safdie, is a cultural gem in Bentonville, Arkansas. Alice poured over $317 million into the project, including an endowment of $1.2 billion and many pieces from her impressive collection of early American art. Oh, let's not forget about Alice's love for horses. She's an avid equestrian who has been passionate about horses since she was a child. With her immense wealth and dedication, she could easily start the most luxurious horse riding club in the world, complete with gold-plated saddles and personal trainers for every rider. Meanwhile, Olivia Walton, the wife of Alice's nephew, co-founded the Heartland Summit's Open Heart Initiative. This initiative focuses on bringing together leaders and innovators to foster growth and development in the heartland of America. Through the summit, Olivia is proving that the Waltons aren't just riding high on their wealth. They're also galloping into philanthropy with gusto, aiming to create positive change and opportunities in communities across the country. So next time you're wandering through the endless aisles of Walmart, remember, you're in the presence of retail royalty. At number one, we have the Alani family. Yes, you heard that right. The richest family in the world for 2024 is the Alani family. But wait, there's more. We've got a bonus family that's even richer than all the ones we've mentioned so far. Stay tuned till the end to find out who takes the ultimate crown. Now back to the Alani family. They are the ruling family of Abu Dhabi, one of the 7 emirates that make up the United Arab Emirates. And let me tell you, they're rolling in oil money. But wait, there's more. It's not just oil. They've got their fingers in everything, from real estate to finance and basically anything that screams, we're rich. And here's a fun fact that's fit for any sheikh. They own one of the largest private art collections in the world. Forget museums. These guys have their own Louvre in their living room. Imagine having a Picasso casually hanging above your fireplace, because why not? With an estimated net worth of $305 billion, the Al Nahyan family can afford to decorate their walls with masterpieces and indulge in some truly extravagant hobbies. For instance, they have a passion for falconry, owning some of the most expensive and well-trained falcons on the planet. They also have a thing for cars, with a collection that includes everything from classic Rolls Royces to custom-made Bugattis. And here's a quirky tidbit. They're so wealthy, they even have a fleet of gold-plated luxury cars. Yes, you heard that right, gold-plated. And when you're worth $305 billion, you can also build skyscrapers, buy entire islands, and still have enough left over for a fleet of luxury yachts. So next time you're struggling to decide which Netflix show to binge, remember the Al Nahyan family might be deciding which one of their palaces to stay in for the night. And now for the bonus family you've all been waiting for, the Rothschilds. Yes, the legendary Rothschild family is considered one of the wealthiest in the world as of 2024, with over 20 trillion in assets. That's right, 20 trillion, which is like enough to sponsor your own Olympic Games, complete with gold medals made from, well, of course, actual gold. Their wealth is often shrouded in mystery and intrigue, making them the subject of countless theories and legends. Ever heard the one about them secretly owning half of Europe? Yeah, they're that rich. So, who was the richest Rothschild member? That title went to Jacob Rothschild, who boosted an unofficial net worth of over $400 billion. Just imagine swimming in a pool filled with gold coins like Scrooge McDuck. This astonishing fortune placed him among the wealthiest individuals in history. Now with Jacob's passing, the heir apparent is Nathaniel Rothschild, better known as Nat, who's ready to take the reins and dive into that gold coin pool himself. The Rothschilds have a long history of banking, finance, and investments that date back to the 18th century. They've built an empire that spans continents and industries, from vineyards to financial institutions. Picture this, owning a winery that produces bottles worth more than a small car, all while controlling vast financial networks. Talk about living the high life. And here's a fun fact for you. Their wealth is so vast that it's rumored they once bailed out entire countries, just casually saving nations from financial ruin. No big deal. Their philanthropic efforts are equally grand, funding everything from arts to education. They even have their own charity balls, because why just write a check when you can throw a magnificent party too? Whether through philanthropy or business ventures, the Rothschild legacy continues to shape the global economy in ways most of us can only dream of. So next time you're balancing your checkbook, remember that the Rothschilds are probably deciding which priceless painting to hang in their hallway. And there you have it, an exclusive peek into the world of the Rothschilds, the masters of wealth and mystery. They're not just rich, they're fabulously and endlessly wealthy. And there you have it, the top 10 richest families of 2024. See you next time here at Listopia for more rich people stuff. We've seen some mind-blowing fortunes, incredible homes, and learned some fun facts along the way. Who knew that owning a luxury brand or a global retail empire could be so lucrative, right? We hope you enjoyed this journey through the world of unimaginable wealth, and fascinating stories. It's always fascinating to peek behind the curtain and see how the other half, or should I say the 0.001%, live. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. See you in the next video.